This must be love. Boom, sound in my heart. The beat goes on and on and on and on and boom.
Hey guys, how's it going? This is Carnivore 5. This is another iteration of the pack and play. We're going to open up some of these, I guess, replayed packs of Hitting Heroes. We had 21,000 stubs, so we got 6 of these things. Let's see what we can get here. By the time this video comes out, I don't know if these packs will be available or not. It depends if I can catch up with the videos. Let's see, 5 left here. So far, nothing. I've seen people get a few good cards in this. If we got like an Altuve or something, that would be cool. Azuna, Adam Conley, and a bat. I have a feeling that I would regret this and that I probably should have bought the 20-pack bundle. Wow. Yep. And we get nothing but trash. Alright, so we are playing the Dirtbags. He is pitching Steven Strasburg. He has Mike Trout, Zobrist, creative player Teixeira Schmidt, Ichiro Tulinski, and I think it's a Cubs Dawson. We're pitching Danny Duffy. Got our typical lineup. And let's get underway. Hopefully we can continue our semi-hot streak, I guess you could call it. We're getting our rating up. We're almost over 1,900. So that's definitely a good sign. And Mookie is one of those players starting to hit well. He did lead off the game with an out. But Cargo comes up, rips a single up the middle. And then Mickey comes up, rips one down the line. And we're going to go ahead and try to send the runner all the way from first to score. Dawson gets a good relay throw and makes the play pretty close, but the head first slide, and we do go ahead and get in there to take a 1-0 lead. And then Carlos Correa comes up a few batters later and hits a bomb into their bullpen, and we're going to go up 3-0, so definitely a good start against Steven Strasburg. I usually do hit Strasburg pretty well, and it's pretty funny because I think Strasburg is a really excellent pitcher on the game. I like using him. I think people have just seen him so much, so that's definitely a big part of pitching is deception. And when you see a guy, you know, for so long, you start to pick up his patterns, how people pitch with him, and more important, you start to pick up his delivery. So it starts to become pretty simple. Anyways, our opponent getting a few hits there. He does hit one deep into the gap and then hits a line drive to right field for a hit. And we are trying to be really creative here with Duffy this game. We threw a slide step changeup to get a swing and miss. We go into the second inning, kind of a high slider to tie him up. For the most part, my opponent was really good at hitting opposite field and every now and then could pull one, so I had to be really creative. Here, Cargo makes or no, that was Mookie. He made a weird play in right field and it gets by him. So, actually no, that is Cargo. Cargo is in right field. So Cargo was really busy early on in this game. This guy was hitting a lot of balls at the gap, and because of that error, Ichiro is going to go ahead and score on a ground out to Jake Lamb, so we're still up 3-1. Moving on, Dawson, we get a 2-1 count, and he gets jammed a little bit, but like I'm saying, my opponent is pretty good at hitting opposite field, and Cargo is going to go ahead and run this one down. So like I said, Cargo was pretty busy the first few innings, made some nice plays, but also had that little blunder. That did cost our team a run. Moving on, looks like we hit another bomb off Strasburg on a curveball down and away. That was Cargo. Absolutely crushed Cargo. And then Jake Lamb comes up, rips a single into right field. We continue to stroke with Jake Lamb. It's almost a base hit, 2 hits per game, and then home run every other game. He just absolutely kills it. And I really like Blackman. He's got the good speed, and he gets sucked into that stupid wall animation, and we go ahead and get a triple there. So a triple RBI for Charlie Blackman. And we go up 5-1, and then Ramos gets jammed a little bit. That'll happen to Ramos every now and then. We will get jammed, but I still like him at catcher. But we do take an early lead, and we add on to our lead. So we're going to be up 5-1. Opponent gets a runner on in the third. Danny Duffy still trying to keep my opponent in check. He was a pretty decent player, I'm not going to lie. And we get a little tapper in front of Duffy, and he does make the play to first base for 1 down. And then a 1-2 count on Ben Zobrist. We throw a little, I think that was a slider inside, and didn't get quite enough of it. And then Mookie's got that one for an easy out. Actually, no, my bad. That is Cargo in left, Mookie in right. My bad. So we go ahead and get 2 down, get his creative player up with a man in the scoring position. We do a changeup away, get him out in front a little bit, pulled off of it, and that's going to be a routine fly out to Charlie Blackmon in center. So we get out a little mini jam. We're up 5-1. I'm really trying to extend Danny Duffy this game so I can rest my bullpen. That is one of the most important things in this pack and play, is try to find ways to rest your bullpen when you can. Next inning, I play a little cat and mouse game with him. I don't know why I showed bunt. I think I was trying to mess him up, but I do get a base hit down the third base line. And then we ground out to second for a force out. And that's going to end the inning. And we're going to move on to the 4th inning. Opponent gets a little bloop hit again into right field. That's testing Mookie. Mookie makes the weirdest plays out there. Now that I think of it, like, Mookie has made some weird plays in the outfield on some of my other counts as well. So he's made some, like, 2 really good plays, and then he's basically had 2 errors. We go ahead and break Mike Schmidt's bat, get a nice little ground out to Robinson Cano for 1 out. And then Ichiro comes up, hits it to shallow center. Blackman's going to get behind this enough to carry his momentum. So the runner at third is not going to be able to tag up. He's just not fast enough with 38 speed. So that was a big out. And then the next batter, we come up and strike him out. Or we get him swinging on a high fastball, go back down to a low changeup, and then a 1-2 count. We go to a slider down and just carved him up. Like I'm saying, guys, Danny Duffy's a very good silver pitcher. I wish he was still gold because I really enjoy pitching with him. And he was just a little bit better when he was gold, of course. Next inning, though, we go ahead and rip one into the gap. That's Miguel Cabrera. So we're still got the bats going. And then Jake Lamb comes up. And like I said, every other game he's going to hit a bomb. It's almost every game. And that's into the other bullpen. So we go up 7-1 at this point. Carlos Correa comes up. Starting to hit a little bit for Correa. He rips one down the right field line. And Correa has a little bit, some speed there. And he's going to go ahead and just stop at second. So we're not letting anything down here. We're still continuing to try to score. And then Blackmon comes up and he challenges me with a high and inside fastball. And Blackmon hits that one out of here to center field. So we go up 9-1. It's looking pretty good. Pretty much told myself at this point. Yeah, he tried to do a friendly quit. No, we're not doing that. But at this point, I was just trying to get Danny Duffy, see if I could pitch him the whole game. Keep in mind, my opponent was a really good player. He gets a base hit here. He advances both runners. So you can see my outfield defense is kind of slacking this game just on the ground balls. So we go ahead and get he gets 2 in scoring position, gets a jammed hit. He's going to go score both of them, and then I should have hit my cutoff. That was a stupid play. But you can see how things quickly unfold even when you're dominating with starting pitchers in Diamond Dynasty. Even when you're getting strikeouts, jammed hits, they still find a way to score. 3 to 4 runs. Starting pitchers are just very difficult to use in general in this game. You really need to use bullpen that have the amazing per nines, and they have usually the best break. Honestly, the relievers are just better pitchers than most of the starters in the game. But yeah, you need starters. You need them to go deep in games, and some of them are pretty good. It's just hard to get really solid performances when you're ranked this high. Not saying his pack and play team is ranked high, but when you're like 1850 plus, it's really hard to get dominant starting pitching performances. So we're going to go ahead and try to push Duffy. You can see he got a quick few outs there. 2-2 count on Ichiro. We're going to go ahead and challenge him with 2-seamer up and in. Get him the little pop out there to Jake Lamb. Again, we're getting a lot of jammed hits by my opponent. And you can see he rolls over there with Jake Lamb. He stays with it, makes the play. And we're going to go ahead and get out of the inning. So I give up 3 runs to Duffy, but he's really holding his own and doing a good job in my opinion. Next inning, go ahead and get a single up the middle. I'm not sure who that was. Then we have 1 on, 1 out, and then Blackmon hits one into the left center gap. And I'm not sure if Ichiro's going to get there or not. No, he cannot get to it. It's over his head, up against the wall. And you can see Charlie Blackmon almost laps whoever was in front of him there. And he go ahead, and he's out at the plate, whoever that was. I can't see who that was out at the plate. But we do have a few base running missed opportunities in the game, and then we go ahead and pop out the center. I thought for sure he was going to be safe, but he got me and kept the game somewhat close. It's 9-3 at this point. Danny Duffy is just really cruising along, in my opinion, getting a lot of swings and misses, doing a good job, not giving too much solid contact up, and gets him looking there on a 2-seam away. Kind of missed my spot, but it ended up working out. And then Trout comes up, 0 count. We start him off with a low changeup. Just watch his pitch sequence. And then we come back with a slider down and in, swing and miss. And so we got 0-2 count. And we go ahead and go to an inside fastball. get him jammed to ground out to Robbie Cano, and that was just good pitching. That's pretty much what Duffy did. That's what Duffy does for me in this pack and play. He's honestly one of my better pitchers. Going into the 8th, you can see Duffy's pitch count starting to get pretty high, but we get him with a slider down and in for a swing and miss. And then he gets a runner on, 1 down. We're at 104 pitches at this point. We're slide stepping, we're mixing things up, then we're changeups high, low, fastballs in, out, high fastballs, sliders down and in. We're trying a bit of everything. We go ahead and get out of this inning with 2 groundouts though, and we're going to go to the 9th. Danny Duffy so far is doing a brilliant job pitching, and if I can just save my bullpen, this would be great. I don't want to be too careful though and blow the lead, so I'm going to try to get some insurance runs. As we do rip a single into right field. I think that was not Cargo or Robbie Cano, I'm not sure. And we go ahead and go from first to third here, and we're going to have 2 on. Excuse me, Ichiro threw my runner out. So that was 2 base running mistakes, and then I go ahead and fly out the right. So yeah, that was 2 base running mistakes, and I could have scored probably 10 or 11 runs. So that was definitely my fault. Ichiro saved this guy a lot of runs, to be honest. So we had 15 hits. A good hitting performance, but at this point, like I said, I'm trying to get Duffy through the game, and we get Ichiro to fly out to left. So it's looking pretty good. He does a little bunt dance shit, kind of messes me up, and he hits it out. I think I just left it over the middle of the plate a little bit too much. I think if I would have got that inside, I don't think he would have been able to turn on it. But it's 9-4 at this point. I'm still trying to keep Duffy in there. I got 2 strikes on Dawson, and he hits him. I'm pretty stubborn at this point. I just want to keep him in. 3-2 count on Ted Williams. We get him to swing and miss on a fastball up and in. So you can see Duffy's still dealing like 126 pitches. And then we end the game with a strikeout. So solid performance by Danny Duffy. I think he ended the game with like 8 or 9 strikeouts. He did give up 4 runs, but I'm saying he only gave up 7 hits and 2 walks, and he had 8 strikeouts. I think 8 or 9 strikeouts. So very solid performance, in my opinion. And we're going to go ahead and move up to 1910, so we get in the 1900s. So once again, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is car number 5, signing out. Peace.